Hi, I'm Ivan. The first thing I want to start off is that personally, the whole obesity being healthy image or being something very distasteful in the medical field, I don't have a say about that. But what I do want to say is I don't value the physical part. I value the mentality of other people, making sure that they are happy with themselves, whether they're overweight or underweight. But to start off, the video I want to say it's more about just proving themselves right and defeating the other side instead of being a reasonable, reasonable, I guess, intellect trying to learn about trying to prove their argument and trying to learn with the other side of the argument to make sure they're either right or wrong. And the main reason about this is that none of these people have considered the other side of the argument. At most, maybe Dr. Miriam when she's like just trying to understand the medical aspect of the for her name Susanna Reed about being okay with her body and so on and so forth. But within all these people in the video, they're simply here to disregard the opponent's thoughts. In a sense, they're just simply having weak weak point in arguments. My reason for this is to start off with the main host. Sorry, Piers Morgan. He's mostly here to well, his stance is okay, obviously that obesity is not something to be proud of, more something of a health risk, and the only thing he brings to the table, he keeps mentioning about doctors and about the medical problems of obesity, kind of like with Dr. Miriam, but like mentioned in the text is that he only leans on professionals and like the general knowledge of obesity. Nothing really about taking information from the other side. Nothing about I mean, at most in the beginning when he mentions that a model is like overweight and shorter than him, that's like the closest thing he has. Um, but in reality, he's only just here just to smash the other side of the argument by simply saying, "Oh, medical this, medical that, professional this, professional that," and it's really just more not an argument, but more just like reading a biased text. And then we go on to Susanna Reed. She's on the side that obesity is okay, but it's not a valid argument, mostly because she's the opposite of Piers Morgan. Susanna Reed, she uses a lot of like psychological sense and saying like of her mentioning, oh, it's a right for women to embrace their body, it's their own mental health and how they feel with themselves, how comfortable they are. Don't get me wrong, I mean, for some people it's really healthy to be mental healthy, but the thing is she is not using any professional information or research. Going back to uh, Piers Morgan, he used a lot of medical research, medical understanding, but he's not putting in his own statement, making evaluations about the other side. Right here with Susanna Reed, she's mostly just okay, I think that's alright mentally. It's no you need no factual, no you need nothing from a scientist to tell you that it's okay. But to make her argument valid, she could have used research from psychologists, research from just trying to find labs that were made just to to show that people are okay mentally no matter what, if they're overweight or underweight. And then we hop on to Dr. Miriam Stoppard. She's well, I wouldn't say she brings much to the well. She honestly, she's leaning more towards Piers Morgan, in the sense that she's only bringing information, not really making much of a understanding or her own comments, like her own evaluations of information. So on honestly, I would cross her off about this. I don't really see her as like on each side. I think she's mostly there for a reference for Piers Morgan. So again, Dr. Miriam Stopper is nothing more but like a dictionary, or not dictionary, just a website online, just like, oh, here's the facts, nothing else, nothing more. And then we have the model Jess Millichamp. As you can, what I noticed throughout the video, she has not said much, but the few that she has said was it's I call it like the liberal stance, where she even when Piers Morgan brought in about the how being overweight it just has a lot of health risk, and that and that he doesn't like it that when when obese people are showed information, they take to offense. They say it's, oh, like, what are you trying to, body shame me for? Personally, again, I want to say it's public. I don't think it's body shaming. Just take it as you want. As you can see, I'm overweight, but mentally I'm okay. Um, and then the model Jess Millichamp, she just kind of she doesn't care about the information. She takes it as like, she even admits like, oh yeah, I just take that as offense. And again, that's not really great for critical thinking or understanding the argument for both sides. She's kind of just being one-sided. Whether even if factual information was brought from the opposing side, she brushes it off and says, "No, I'm right because I'm right." And in a sense, that can be a valid argument, but you're just not. First off, you're not bringing information into your factual information into the argument. Again, going back on the psychologist, she could have brought research made by psychologists showing that obese people can be happy, and like, even with medical risk, and they understand the medical risk, but they're just mentally okay with it, which means they're not being body shamed. They're just comfortable in their own living. They understand the risk and they're happy with it. But with her, she just the model of Jesse Millichamp. Um, she just kind of just that liberal mindset where everything's wrong, everything I say is right. And so, in conclusion, I think this argument was more about defending a position. There wasn't no valid argument, no valid information, nothing about them taking positions. As mentioned in the text, a good critical thinker a good argument would use critical thinking as a defense. No, critical thinking as, to place the information and to make their point more, I guess, valid, and also not acknowledging the opponent's evidence, their statements, and like their overall view of things without having to take it personally. I feel like everyone in this video took the opposing side's comments very personal. Piers Morgan got angry because a model that's bigger and smaller when it's considered being okay. And I understand his viewpoint. It's not healthy, but at the same time, he's not bringing much to the table. Then we're going to Susanna Reid, where she's just simply saying, her like very floaty thoughts about how it's okay mentally, but nothing to really back that up. And then jumping to the Dr. Miriam Stoppard, where she's just putting facts, but no personal statements, no, like, it's almost like she's on the fence. She's just there just for evidence. And again, into the model Jess Millichamp, where she's just not acknowledging the opponent's side, simply just saying she's right no matter what. And yeah, again, in conclusion, I feel like this video is simply to defend their point. Nothing about understanding the other side. Nothing about reconsidering their own opinions, or reconsidering the information brought in front of them. It's just a simple fight of I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, so on and so forth. Thank you.